washing up all of your shirts at the same time with the big whirlpool, all life a luxury. The Sea and Me is gonna be the name of the biopic that they're gonna release, because I'm over here and lakes don't make waves, but this one's still lapping. It's lapping up all my lovin', and I just keep on dishing it on out. It's not one of them salty mothers. Those things are good. They've got their uses. Make a nice little soup stock, buy a couple of ham hocks and a bunch of chicken thighs, marinate in the vinegar with some pomegranate juice and a pinch of salt, about 10 pounds of paprika per slice of thigh. Ooh, yummy. But that's not what I need at this juncture in my journey through being organic matter. Right now I'm looking for that freshness in my water. I want something potable. You ever fill up a glass of water and go, glass of water? I live next to a big glass of water and I get sips. I do. Never take a glass of water, put a slice of cucumber, a little lemon wedge. Oh, yummy cucumber. I got fish in my water. But it's not so much fish that it just tastes like fish water. You just get that little puncture of the scaly flavor when you take a swig. Don't even notice it if you don't want to. If you're not in the mood for it, you just shut off the part of your brain that acknowledges unpleasant tastes and you just go to town. But if you're feeling a little feisty and you want something a bit different in your mouth, you focus back in. Really zero all of your attention down on that one square up in the bottom left corner of the taste chessboard where the fish particles live. See, I've gotten really good at piloting my feelings, probably how the gurus would put it, if they were real into airplanes. But my whole deal these days is just acknowledging that when you live next to a lake, life flows like a river. You can fight the current if you want, but it's counterproductive, because then you're expending energy to do battle with a force of nature, and when has that ever worked out well? Ever seen a dude trying to blow a tornado away through a crazy straw, just punching himself in the chest to make the air come out harder? That's a dead dude about 20 seconds later when he gets whipped into the air and flung up past the tree line, come plummeting back down with half a house and a cow's leg jutting out of his abdomen. It's not what I'm into anymore. I lived that struggle life, did the work, put in the time, realized not a single iota of it was worth anything. And that kind of just, I was bummed out for a bit. I thought, I have time that I have wasted. Oh, those lost days, if only they could return unto my doorstep. I should welcome them back like the prodigal sons that they are, take them into my loving embrace and have a feast in their honor with the lamb chops on the grill and a bunch of relish, and just make a chutney out of the reeds growing out of the side of the stream bed. Lakefront property comes with its advantages and no disadvantages. This is not legally considered habitable residential territory. I'm pretty sure there's like an EPA regulation. This is protected land. There's a rare plover that nests around here. I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm a rare plover too, and the birds don't listen to the mandates of the U.S. government. And guess what? Me neither. Learned a lot from those plovers. When you make a nest, you stay at your nest. When you make a strange hovel out of mud and reeds and chutney, you stay living in chutney. God, I should have done this sooner, but I'm not mad about it, not anymore, 'cause if I'd done it sooner, I wouldn't have been ready for it. Until later. I hit that moment in my life. I got a pay stub. Yeah, I had a job. I looked down at my pay stub. Direct deposit put about $6.50 in my bank account I could spend on V-neck shirts and Chinese food. And I thought, why bother? What's the point? I'm trading away 40 hours a week for V-neck shirts and Chinese food. I don't really know if that's a thing I'm interested in continuing. Started looking for alternatives. First I hit up the monster.com. Then I hit maps. And I found myself just the prettiest little place that ain't nobody ever visit because it's just me, water, and plovers over here. When it's a Saturday, I still have weekends, I still party down. Take all the excess mud dripping from the roof of my hovel, shape it into a bandana, wear it out on the town, and by on the town I mean opposite side of the lake. Lots of lizards over there. They think my bandana's real cool. They're correct, by the way. I get so turned up. There is no DJ, no bartender, no disco ball. There is only me and my lizard friends, and they get bandanas too. They want it in. Now when it's Saturday, we all get our groove on, bending our knees in a rhythmic fashion to a music that only we can hear, but that all of us can hear. Even if it's in our heads, we share a head now. Collective head. It's me and lizards. We got one head. Only Saturdays, though. They spend all Sunday praying. They're pious lizards. Going to lizard heaven. Lizard St. Peter's gonna look at the lizard book of life and be like, "You're lizards. You can't sin. You don't have the brain power for that." And the lizards are just gonna lick stuff and hide in the shade. Me, I don't know if I want to go to regular human heaven anymore. Because now that I'm not in regular human residential areas living the 9-to-5 life, 2-car garage, but I've only got the one, all my days planned out for me, maybe on the Sunday if I'm lucky, put on the bandana, but even then really only get to go to the Harley shop and look at the Harleys, but I'm not gonna buy one because those are dangerous, and I know that if you follow the proper safety procedures, it's not much worse than a traditional enclosed motor vehicle, but let's be honest, I'm not the most safety-minded individual. One time I tripped over a root. People ask me sometimes, and by people I mean plovers, if I think I'll ever get sick of it. Sick of being out here, ceiling dripping on me, making clothing out of wet earth. No. Maybe once decrepitude sets in and I'm feeling all the cricks and aches, and if I sleep funny with a dandelion jammed up into my bone structure and my bones have become so soft and paper towel-esque that even a dandelion dents and then reconfigures their shape in a way that is not conducive to proper locomotion, getting all sorts of sniffles all the time, the center of my nose starting to beat as though it has a pulse of its own. Maybe when that happens, I'll start thinking, oh, I miss my house. I miss my half-empty garage. But that's a ways off. And someday, if and when I do go crawling back to civilization, people are gonna look at me and they may even laugh and say,
"Huh, thought we were never seeing you again. Least not around these parts."
And then I'll say to them in my weird old man voice, "The me you see now is not the me you once saw. I am become one with the lake and the lizards and the fish water and the rain, the snow, the sun, the shadows cast by the trees. I have found unity in my isolation, and I have no regrets. But please drive me to the hospital. I'm so friggin' old now."